In a cabin deep in the woods, a darkness lurks. A darkness that will consume all in its path. Welcome to the world of Evil Dead, a musical journey into the depths of horror. Evil Dead the Musical is a rock musical stage play based on, you guessed it, the Evil Dead film franchise. Now, if you're not familiar with the franchise, it follows 5 college students who spend a weekend in an abandoned cabin in the woods. I mean, what can honestly happen at a cabin deep in the woods, surrounded by lush trees, singing birds, and sweet-smelling flowers? Well, this group of friends accidentally unleashes an evil terror. Except in this comedic take on the 1980s horror franchise, characters and demons sing and dance. Because, well, why the heck not? And as in the films, Ash is there to dish out his various one-liners, such as, "I'm not afraid of the dark. It's the dark that's afraid of me." And fight those never-ending demons, like Ed and Cheryl. Now, with the approval of both the original film directors Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, the show was first staged as a workshop in Toronto in August of 2003. With the success of the workshop, the same team remounted the musical in Toronto that October for an additional 3 weeks. In a unique twist, during the Northeast blackout of 2003, which was a widespread power outage that occurred through parts of the northwestern and eastern United States, and as far north as the Canadian province of Ontario, the cast and crew performed the show on the front lawn of the Transact Club in Toronto. The band played acoustic instruments and cast members provided sound effects from backstage. As the evening wore on, flashlights and car headlights were used to illuminate the actors. Well, look who's evil now. After the green light was given, Evil Dead would transfer to Off-Broadway's New World stages in November of 2006. The musical's makeup and special effects were created by Hollywood makeup artist Louis Zakarian, whose film credits include Requiem for a Dream, Dogma, and Romeo and Juliet. The cast starred Canadian actor and film director and screenwriter Ryan Ward and 4-time Tony winner Brandon Wardell. By May of 2007, Evil Dead returned to Toronto, again starring Ryan Ward at the Diesel Playhouse. While the initial run was only to last until the end of June of 2007, it was actually extended to August of that year, then extending to September of that year, and then, if that wasn't enough, extending all the way through until the last week in June of 2008, which actually would help celebrate its 300th performance and marked it as the longest running Toronto production in 20 years. And of course, the producers couldn't just end it there, so they finally extended it to a third time until September of 2008. By 2012, only over 300 productions of Evil Dead the Musical have been staged by professional, amateur, and school theater groups throughout North America and around the world. In June of 2012, a unique show experience opened in the Las Vegas Strip at the V Theater inside an enclosed shopping mall at the Planet Hollywood Resort. This production is now officially the longest running production in the history of the show. Now, due to the nature of the show, including the addition of a 100-seat splatter zone, audience interaction, multimedia elements, and state-of-the-art effects, lights, and sound, the name was altered slightly to include Evil Dead the Musical: The Ultimate 4D Experience, to reflect production and design elements that separate the production from other stagings of the show. In 2013, the Virginia-based experience-themed theater company Wolfbane Productions brought Broadway actors into the forests of Virginia in a unique production that to this day has garnered critical acclaim and a massive audience following. Complete with a 150-seat splatter zone, a fully realized replica cabin, a live band, active vehicles, zip lines, and Broadway-quality special effects, this fully realized production had opened the door for an arts revolution in the Appomattox area. After 5 successful runs of the show, it would play its final performance in August of 2017. As a very special tribute to the cult stage franchise, Evil Dead the Musical became the first theatrical production staged at Vinyl Music Hall in Pensacola, in 2019, following a successful Kickstarter campaign. 3 stars from the original 1981 film were special guests of the production, and each appeared on stage in cameo roles on closing night, marking the first time any of them had appeared in a production since 1981. The production also had an opening act which included magician and illusionist Dan Sperry at all 5 performances to, well, help get the audience ready for a night of both comedy and fright. So, folks, our descent into the depths of evil has come to an end. But the horror lives on. We hope you enjoyed this musical adventure filled with blood, gore, and a touch, well, of the absurd. Until next time, remember, dead is dead, and even the dead can be dangerous. However, if your own hand gets severed and crawls away, or you happen to stumble upon the necromancing Necronomicon, maybe the whole cabin in the woods thing, yeah, wasn't the best idea.